Hey, it's Patrick, and let's talk about the best ways to mount your phone to your motorcycle. Now, over the years, our phones have become more and more integrated into our rides, even integrated into the tech of the actual motorcycle. But you still have to have a clean way to mount that phone on your motorcycle, even maybe keep it charged. The first phone mount we're going to look at is the simplest and the cheapest. It's the Burly Voyager magnetic tank screen. This is just quite simply a magnetic pocket that'll drop right onto your tank as long as your tank's metal. It sticks pretty well. This is available in two different colors. There's black leather and there's a brown leather. These come in just under 60 bucks. You can put pretty much any size phone in here. Just slips in through the back. You can obviously see it through the clear pocket in the front. I would say maybe even a small tablet. I wouldn't say this is waterproof, but your phone's gonna stay pretty dry in like a shower around town. If you're just in an absolute downpour going down the highway, you may want to slip your phone out of this. This is just a really simple way, move this from bike to bike, to have your phone in an area where you can see it and not have to worry about fumbling around with it. So next up is the Ram Mount X Grip. It comes with this U-bolt shaped mount back here, and basically you can move this anywhere from a 1/2 inch piece of tubing all the way up to 1 1/4 inch, like the bars we have on here. So it is very versatile as far as like where you want to mount it or what type of bike you want to mount it on. If you have a 7/8 bar, a 1 inch bar, or a big fat 1 1/4 inch bar, it'll mount on that. Very familiar ball and socket setup here, which offers a bunch of adjustability. And of course, the Ram X mount, pretty easy to move your phone in and out of this here. For 85 bucks, pretty versatile, pretty easy way to set this up, and you can mount it kind of wherever you want. There is an upgraded version of this that actually charges your phone. We're gonna take a look at that one next, and that's the Ram Mount Tough Charge. So the Ram Mount Tough Charge comes in at $230, which is quite a step up from the standard Ram Mount at 85 bucks, but you do get some pretty significant upgrades. It has the same X-Grip style claw here that accommodates a phone that's up to 3 1/4 inches wide. It does have a little support in the bottom that the other one didn't have. You have the same ball and socket technology here, but as far as mounting it, you have a clamp. This is a toolless way to mount this. The other one required a wrench to mount it. You can just tighten this one up. This fits anywhere 7/8 up to 1 1/4 inch bar. No problem, you can tighten it down real nice. The other thing is this is waterproof, and obviously with the cord coming off here, it will charge your phone. There's even a nice on-off switch on this, so you can turn it off. You don't have to worry about like it drawing down your battery. Now, this does come with a wiring harness that you can wire up to the bike. It's not necessary because if you have USB power on the bike, you could just plug it into that. But it would be kind of nice to have this because then you can run this power harness up there and you do have another power port. At 230 bucks, this is kind of top of the food chain, but it has some things going for it in that it's wireless charging, it's waterproof, and it's really simple to mount. No tools, you can just pop it from one bike to the next. Next up, let's take a look at the Klock Werks iOmounts. So the Klock Werks iOmount is maybe the most kind of like flexible or ingenious mounts. It'll work with a ton of different phones and phone cases, pretty much any of them. If you have a smooth phone case, you're gonna take this little metal chip that comes with the mount. This sticks on the back of your phone or phone case. I've used these myself. They're very, very strong. And then there's magnets in the mounts. So you just slap your phone right on the magnet, and it is very strong. And of course, you can twist this, turn it around any way you want. We have two of them up here on the handlebars. This is the Harley-Davidson perch mount. So if you have Harley-Davidson controls, the same spacing they've used for years and years, almost any late model Harley, you could use this on either side. Offers a really clean mounting solution, and it fits pretty much any Harley-Davidson with stock controls. Also, at 60 bucks, a little cheaper than the $100 perch mount, is this what I like to call watch band style mount. You can put this around any round bar, pull it tight, it mounts nice and tight. You can move it from bike to bike really easily. The other nice thing about the Klock Werks iOmounts are they offer a set of mounting solutions that are off motorcycles. So like desktop mounts and things like that, where you can hold your phone or you can buy other chips. I think there's 2 for 10 bucks. You can put them on an iPad, mount them on your desk. You can take that same mounting technology and use it when you're off the motorcycle. Next up, we have another wireless charging unit from Ciro, the Gen 2 Cybercharger. So the Ciro Cybercharger 2 comes in at 75 bucks. So it does charge your phone, but it's got a proprietary cable to it. So this isn't USB. You do have to wire it up to the motorcycle. It is pretty modular as far as like how the phone mounts. 4.5-inch phones can mount in here. You do have a little bit of adjustability up and down, and this little vise locks down really nice on the phone. This is a perch mount. They do have a handlebar setup as well. They also have a little bit of a ball adjustment, not like the RAM, but it is on a ball, so you can adjust the angle of the phone, but that's about as far as you get. But you do get a wireless charging setup here for $75. Next up, let's take a look at something a little bit more modular from Quad Lock. What I have here is a couple of quad locks. Now this is my personal favorite. I use these on all my bikes. I use them on my dirt bikes. This one here is actually off my dirt bike, which is why it has dirt on it. These things are super reliable. And like I said, they're kind of modular, so you can kind of pick what flavor you want. The basic mount here is $50, but you have to have a phone case for it to lock into. We'll get to that in just a second. But I would recommend getting this little vibration dampener here. Many a time on bike, I've had cameras go bad from getting too many vibrations in it. This vibration dampener here works spectacular. Like I said, I leave my phone on my bike off-road, on-road, never had any issues with it. So you can actually get a package with the mount, the phone case, and the vibration dampener for about $110. Also, there are upgrades. This is a billet version. They also offer this in chrome, and just the mount here starts at $70. So go up from there. You can fit bars anywhere from 7/8 all the way up to 1.25 inches. Also, wireless waterproof charging head. This is another $75. So once you get all these together, you're going to come in probably just under the $200 range. But it's a really, really trick setup. They snap on and off. They're very, very secure, and you get wireless charging if you opt for the wireless charging head. And this even has two options. You can get the option where you wire it right up to your bike, or they have one where just simply plug it into a USB outlet. They snap on there really easy. Once you get it adjusted where you want, it is kind of where it is. You can get it adjusted there, but it snaps on really easy with that little lever in the back, and it is super secure. Like I said, this is one of my personal favorites. Next up, something kind of similar to Quad Lock, and that is Peak Design. So the Peak Design V2 mount system here is pretty trick. It's a little bit like Quad Lock, but it has some built-in features. This particular setup here is $160. It has a built-in vibration technology here, dampener, so you don't smoke your camera. We have to buy that extra piece from Quad Lock. It's built in here. It's got a ball head on it, so you can kind of tilt this around. There's also some adjustment in here, so you can move this back and forth. Now this does require you to buy a phone case for another $50. They offer this in a non-charging mount, which is just a standard mount, but it still has the nice vibration dampener in there for $100. As far as the charging ones, you can get them so they plug into a USB cable. You can just plug it in on your dash, or if you don't have that, they offer one that goes right back and plugs into your battery. So $160, $100 for the standard mount, and $50 for the phone mount. But it is a little different than Quad Lock, and I think this is easier to actually get on there. It just snaps right on. It has a little bit of a magnet in it, pulls it down on there, and it's really, really secure. I have buddies that ride off-road with these. Super secure mount. To get it off, you just pinch the back, and it comes right off. Overall, a really well thought out setup from Peak Design. All right, up next is the RidePower Metal Inductive Charging Mount. So the RidePower Metal Inductive Charger comes in at $200, but it is very nice. It's metal. They have a plastic version of this unit available too. That's only $139, but I really like this metal one. It has the ball and socket style adjustment like a couple of the other ones did, so there is some pretty good adjustability to this. It also comes with a handlebar mount that we have on here that's anywhere from 1 inch to 1.25 inch bars, and it has a perch mount for Harley Davidson. So if you want a little cleaner mount, you can mount that right there to your hand control setup. As far as the wiring goes, this isn't USB, it's their proprietary plug, so you will have to wire this all the way back to the battery. I think one of the trickiest things about this is just how this phone pops on here. If you pull this down, little arms open up, and this just snaps right in there. Pretty slick, and it's charging your phone. I figured I'd throw one last option in here for you bagger riders out there, and that is the top shelf lid organizer. You just take your phone, put it right there in the top of your bag, go for a ride and not worry about your cell phone. If you want any more information on any of the phone mounts you've seen here today, go ahead and click that info tab on your desktop or mobile device. That'll take you to the product detail page where you can read other riders' reviews and more specs about all of these phone mounts. If you're still looking for more information, feel free to reach out to our customer service team. They would love to talk to you about what works best for you, your budget, and your motorcycle. I am Patrick. Thank you for watching. Now go work on those motorcycles.